Welcome to Is It ADHD or Life? A couple's perspective, where we unravel what it's like to live with ADHD within a relationship. And this week we're asking the question, is it ADHD or is sleep overrated? And we're going to deep dive into the sleep habits of this man here.
It's not just me.
Oh, I'm all right sleeping with it. I'm not, but yeah. Hi.
Hello.
You all right?
Yep.
Have you been?
Yeah, good morning to talk about sleep.
Yeah, because we had a bad sleep last night.
Both of our eyes are down to our chins.
Oh my gosh, can't even tell you, honestly. If I fall asleep on the couch, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Just like kick me or something. Have you been?
Yeah, good. It's been a big week.
Yes, we're actually recording this a week earlier than we normally would, wouldn't we? So we've only had like a week of but the back's still in tatters.
Yep, back's bad, very bad back.
It has been a big week because we've got our friends over from Spain, so there's been a lot of doing.
Yeah.
How's that been for you, like with the mental health and stuff like that?
It's been good. We've done a lot of great stuff. And
Yeah.
It's been good.
But
No, but it's a lot.
be
Isn't
honest.
it? No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a lot that you're just constantly on the go, which we're not used to so
No,
much.
no.
And there's been a lot going on. Like yesterday, we were out from 9:30 till midnight.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
a
much,
long day,
yeah.
that long day.
Yeah. It's weird because for me obviously it's a long day as well, but it doesn't affect me like it affects you.
We never had a nap. No, there was just a lot of doing. There was a lot of walking, and no, the walking doesn't bother me.
No.
Just the back.
Yeah.
There was a lot of baby.
Oh my god, he was so annoying yesterday. I love him, but even my ADHD was ADHD. I just wouldn't.
The baby's been up late 2 nights in a row, and just,
it's really affected. I think not being in a routine has proper affected him.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's still such a good boy, but it was just he didn't know what he wanted. Very bipolar yesterday, wasn't it?
He's ADHD.
Yeah, definitely got it. But yeah, other besides that, like nothing else.
I had birthday and Father's Day.
Oh my god, of course it was your birthday.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
thank you.
Yeah.
I've never had so many cards since I joined your group of friends.
No, big card givers.
Yeah, lovely
Yeah.
people.
We had
Very insulting. I was
a
so
lot of
insul-
insulting
lot of
cards.
insulting
Yeah,
cards.
gay, bald. We had a little party as well, and let's talk about, because the podcast the other week you mentioned that you don't like people. Not that you don't like people coming round.
That's it.
Don't like people. No, not that you don't like people coming round, but it fills you with anxiety. You hate the thought of just everyone being there and them judging you or whatever. And tell me how it was on Saturday, because if you came in and people were already there because you couldn't work.
So Saturday was completely different because I was at work all day.
Yeah.
And you had made it your job to sort the house out, which was lovely.
Yeah.
And it just felt a lot more relaxed. I knew that you had been doing that all day, so everything was going to be good coming in. And as you say, people were already there, and then it was straight to the barbecue, Scottish barbecue, because it was freezing.
I was pretty much a trad, wasn't I?
Yeah, you even put a dress on and everything Saturday night.
Do you know what? I felt the difference as well with you not being there, and I don't mean to sound horrible.
Cheers.
No, but like you get very stressed, and it rubs off on me, and we end up in a bad place. And
so it's better that if we organise anything, I'll just go to work and then come into it.
absolutely,
Yeah,
Brilliant. Fab. So this week we are talking about sleep. Big topic in our house, I think, between me and you. And what made us pick this? What made you? This is one of your topics that you had. Don't see what I think you're going to say.
What?
Like Sinatra.
All right.
Oh
no.
no. Okay.
This is massive. Sleep has always been massive for me. Had no idea until recently that it could be anything to do with ADHD.
Yeah.
So when it came up on the list of AI generated topics, I thought that's a good one. Let's talk about that.
Okay. So I've got a bit of a layout. Okay, wrote by myself.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your sleep then. So your trouble falling asleep. You sleep, like, how do you sleep when you are asleep and stuff like that? Because it's funny because
Like this. Sorry, go on.
we have this thing where you said to me, like, oh, I was up so late last night. And I'm like, oh, I woke up at 2 o'clock for a pee, but you were sleeping. And you're like, must have been awake at 4. And I was like, well, you weren't. And somebody used to lie about the time you would be awake till.
Because I thought it was cool to get less sleep.
Yeah.
I've stopped doing that because you completely got onto me with that.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry, you watching TikTok?
Oh no, sorry. I ended up like writing on my notes, and I don't understand how I've done that.
This is something that sleep has always been a problem for me. Always,
So ever since you were a child?
as far back as I can remember.
Okay.
I remember getting. Do you ever remember the Coca-Cola can radios?
Yeah,
I had a wee
yeah.
Coca-Cola can radio, and I used to sneak in my room and have it up at my ear like that. And I would sit for hours listening to the radio
God.
Without sleeping, and that would just keep me going because I can't have silence. I can't.
Yeah, no.
So
we have the TV on to fall asleep to, don't we?
Yeah.
Luckily, it doesn't bother me. Like, there are some people that like it's got to be like pitch black, deadly silence, hasn't it? But luckily,
no, I can't have that, and it's good that it doesn't annoy you.
Yeah.
Because the minute I try that and try silence, going to sleep, and then my head takes over and goes mental and says, "Remember that thing you done when you were in primary 3?" And starts telling me stuff, and why'd you do that, Adam? Everybody's still talking about that, Adam.
Yeah. Everyone hates you. Okay, so today we're going to dig deep into like sleep, why it's such a challenge with ADHD, and how to know kind of like what's normal as such. But like, I don't think there is a normal for anyone, is there?
No.
And like, goddamn these people that get like 8 hours sleep perfect every night and wake up feeling fresh. Where them people are. And then we've got some like tips and stuff like that might help. Okay, so did you know? Well, probably won't.
Probably won't.
No.
Tried them all. Go.
Fact. Up to 75% of adults with ADHD report chronic sleep problems. Now, it isn't just sleep. They say there are two different ADHDs, isn't there? Like, there's basically you're bouncing about and basically you're bouncing about inside. So it actually affects how you sleep. Which one you've got? Did you know that?
No.
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Sorry, I just need to get my notes up. This is from the official NHS website.
Oh,
yeah.
Get you.
So an estimated 50 to 75% of adults with ADHD experience sleep problems, ranging from insomnia to secondary sleep conditions. Do you think you've got a sleep condition, or do you think that you just have ADHD sleep problems?
No idea. I've asked many people about this. I've been to the doctor and everything for my sleeping over the years, and as I say, ADHD was never mentioned.
No.
So this is all really interesting. It's all new.
Dead new, yeah. If you've got ADHD, you're more likely than others to sleep for shorter periods overall, have problems initiating sleep and remaining asleep. You don't have problems remaining asleep once you're asleep. And you may even develop sleep disorders. So they can, in fact, yes, if you have inattentive ADHD, you are more likely to go to bed at a later time, whilst those with predominantly hyperactive, impulsive symptoms are more likely to experience insomnia.
Right, okay.
Those with a combined subtype experience both a later bedtime and poor sleep quality. Oh, let's guess which one you've got. But I thought that was interesting. That was like, depending on what
type you've got.
I don't want to say what type of ADHD, but yeah, like what your main symptoms are and stuff. It can affect which, like how you sleep and stuff.
So it's interesting you say about I don't struggle to stay asleep when I'm sleeping, which I always thought was the case. But we've got this new, no, it's not new, it's been going on for a couple of years, where I get exactly, and it's precisely 20 minutes sleep.
Yeah.
And then wake up wanting biscuits. But it's always 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's exactly 20, and I time it by what's on TV or whatever. It's always 20 minutes, and then I wake up, and that's me. I could go again for another hour eating biscuits.
But then once you have a sleep, I think...
once, yeah, that's me out. Then you can't get up.
No, I
won't wake up in the morning.
That's another story. Let me tell you.
It's been at least 10 years since I heard an alarm. It goes off every morning, but I've never heard that.
No. I have got here some... Sorry, I've not got my book today, so I'm just like... I know, it's very inappropriate, isn't it? Okay, so I've got the reasons why ADHD people struggle with sleep, okay? So we're going to go through these and see if any of them affect you. Or affect me, as in like... Because obviously I'm lay next to you, and sometimes I struggle to sleep if you're not sleeping very well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's
Isn't it weird that like, you meet someone, you've got to share a bed with them and just sleep next to them for the rest of your life?
That's weird. Should we stop it?
Have separate bedrooms.
Yeah,
I'll stop this.
I quite liked it last night. You were in a separate room. I was out for it.
Yeah. Can we just mention that was because of the baby, not because we fell out?
Okay, because of the baby.
Okay, so number 1, racing thoughts. So their minds often stay very active at night, making it hard to shut off thoughts and fall asleep. Asleep.
That's exactly what I was speaking about. I would say my mind is most active at night.
Yeah.
Especially in quiet not even in quiet times. A lot of the times, if the TV's on, I'm thinking of something else. I'm making up a new business.
Yeah, scouring marketplace for a new van.
All my business ideas have came between the hours of midnight and 4 in the morning. It's when my mind just goes mad, and I hear a lot of people saying, get a notebook and put it at the side of your bed and write notes. I'm never going to do that. No, I'm never going to do that. Never. I just think about all these things and I plan them all, and I put plans in action.
Yeah.
All from bed. I don't get up and do anything about it. I wish I did.
I think if you could work from bed, you would.
Definitely, 100%. But all these ideas come to me, all these thoughts come to me, and then you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, no, sorry, I'll leave that. No, we'll think about that again tonight.
It's interesting because you've often said to me as well, like, oh, I need to do X, Y, and Z. I might do it when I get into bed because that I'm awake. And
it's genuinely the most awake I am.
Even like putting like the podcast out, I'll try and do it, but you don't. But anyway, the thought is there. And that's probably because you know that you're not going to get straight to sleep because your mind's racing.
Yeah. I think, is it the circadian rhythm? I've learned, hello. I've learned a lot about that recently because seemingly people with ADHD, I hope I'm saying that right, after circadian, I know, I think that's what it's called, the circadian rhythm is later, so it's naturally later. Okay. So normal people without neurotypicals, like go to bed at a normal time, go to sleep and wake up at a normal time. Yeah. But with people with ADHD, it's naturally later, so you don't get tired until later.
So what is this rhythm?
It's to do with I'm scared to talk. I don't know. It's to do with the sunlight and stuff, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
And your natural human circadian rhythm. I'm really doubting myself now. Let's get off this.
Okay. Sounded really good.
But I know, but it's naturally later. So I've had a lot of night shift jobs in the past. Yeah. Because it was better. It's just, I work better during the night.
Whereas like me, I couldn't do night shift.
No, I don't understand why people can't do a night shift. I loved it. I've loved all the night shift jobs that I've had, and I got to sleep so much easier during the day, whereas at night time everybody else is sleeping, the house is silent, and I'm like, wait, let's
do you ever think about like what's happened that day and think, like, do you zoom in on things, like say you've had a party and an adult's looked at you the wrong way, would you think about that as well? Would that stop you from falling asleep?
Do I ever? Yes.
Like, I mean, like, not just like business ideas and not just like
you've got the RSD into it.
Yeah.
And you do think about daft stuff like that. You think about, as you say, how somebody's looked at you.
Because I have that as well, like where sometimes racing mind will stop me from falling asleep. Like this week, it's been a big week for me, and it's played in my mind a lot, like things that have happened, and
it shows.
But I've struggled to not get to sleep in the first 5 minutes to put my head on the pillow.
That
do you know
must
what I
be
mean?
so hard for you.
But there are times when like I sit there and overthink, or
But I think, do you know what? And this has been a big problem. Sometimes I get so jealous. If you're, I really do.
Of me?
You are, and people in the past. I hate it if you.
Don't talk about that.
No. I mean, friends.
You've not had a past, right?
But if you're lying next to somebody and you just lie in bed and then oh my God,
I've had that.
That is the worst.
Do you know when mine comes? When the TV wakes me up and then I can't get back to sleep because I've turned the TV off. And I look at you snoring away, and I'm like, oh, this is your fault the TV's on.
But you do a different thing. You get up, you wake up during the night. Yeah. So you wake up at, say, 2 o'clock and be up till 4 o'clock. I don't understand that. I've never had the menopause, though.
Do you know what? I've been Googling that, I'm premenopausal. I think, I don't know what that is. But
that, I wouldn't say I get that.
No, you just stay awake and then fall asleep and you're asleep. But as I sleep, I wake up, I have my little party time. Yeah. And then...
But do you know now, it's probably, this is the best I've slept, like ever. I don't, and it's still pretty bad, but
Yeah.
it used to be like I would fall asleep in school because I'd been up all night, and genuinely, I would fall asleep in buses going to work because I'd been up all night.
I do some this actually.
And then the more you think about it, the more you think I need to get sleep. I'm up at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's worse. So then anxiety comes into play, and you're up all night.
And that's it now. Just like rockets. Okay. What about delayed sleep phase? So many with ADHD have a natural tendency toward delayed.
Please tell me.
Circadian rhythm.
Circadian rhythm, yes.
Circadian.
Yeah.
Leading them to feel more alert late at night and sleepy in the morning. You've got that.
I know.
You're a circadian.
I know. Don't think that's how you use it.
You are.
But it is. Nighttime is it? How many times have I said to you, like, I'll wake you? I won't wake you up. You'll have
No.
it. No.
No. Right. There have been times when I've been like nearly drifting off, nearly falling asleep. Are you still awake? Yes. Just look at this. And I turn over and I'm like, oh.
But especially before we had the baby, I would say to you, let's go to casino.
Oh, yeah.
We done it once. We ended up at casino after midnight.
Yeah.
Because let's go out. Let's do something.
I'm like,
it's night time.
dragging my eyes along the floor. And you're like, whoa, buzzing. You're circadian. I'm going to start calling you that now.
But the other thing that comes into it, which will probably come up, is caffeine. And I won't let them take it off me.
But you have a lot of decaf as well.
Yeah, so I've started drinking decaf in the afternoons.
It's weird though, because I feel like I can drink coffee and I can still go to sleep. But is that a mental thing?
I don't know, because this is the other side of it. They say that with ADHD you can have a coffee and then go to bed. Look at, in the mornings, I'll have 2 strong coffees and come back and have a nap on the couch.
Yeah, you will. What should I do?
It is mental.
Yeah.
The sleep thing it blows
bizarre.
my mind.
Emotional dysregulation. So heightened emotions, excitement, anxiety, frustration can linger into bedtime, making it harder to relax. Do you struggle to relax?
Yeah.
I mean, keep it well hidden.
I'm working in bed, I'm working up here. The brain's always working. So there'll be like, I'll put TV on, I'll know what kind of mood I'm on and going to bed.
Yeah.
And I'll put something on TV that I know I'm not going to watch. So it's just background, and I'll be on my phone planning businesses, building websites, that kind of thing.
I think you've watched SUV. No, is that what it is? SUV.
Yeah,
the TV program.
SVU.
Oh yeah. I think you've watched that about 6 times, like the same episode over and over again.
It's just on in the background.
Yeah. Executive function deficits. So trouble with planning and routines means that they may procrastinate on going to bed or fail to follow consistent sleep hygiene practices.
So I don't get this one.
Okay.
And I think it's because of...
You don't get it because you don't understand it, or you don't get it because you don't get it. Do you know what I mean?
No, I understand that. It's not something that's practical because of work.
Yeah.
So...
You can't have a routine,
No, there's no bedtime routine. There's no week I say, we'll go to bed at 10 o'clock.
No.
We'll have the TV on for half an hour and then we'll go. It's just never got... Because of my irregular work, I'm out late at night and...
Yeah. And because sometimes I think it makes it rubbish for us. Sorry. That because I'm not like a normal person compared to you, and I go to sleep at a normal time generally, but I am up early for work and stuff. But we're just like passing ships sometimes, aren't we? Because you're working, don't get in till late, and creeping around the bedroom.
That's difficult. That's horrible.
We'll hold that. The whole like creeping around the bedroom thing.
Yeah. You don't want me to talk about it?
No, because we'll bring it up later.
Oh, right, okay. But it's difficult when, as you say, it's 2 different sleep patterns. You're up very early in the morning for school, and I'm up late at night. So there's only. But what's became so difficult since having the baby is now I'm up late at night, even if it's late, like 1 in the morning, and then back up at 6:30.
Yeah.
For if you're going to work and the baby's up. So see that first couple of hours in the morning, I'm like...
You're like dead on legs, yeah. Sensitivity to stimulation, sorry. So heightened sensitive to noise, light or other stimuli can make falling asleep harder. I don't think you have that.
No.
Because you can fall asleep with the TV on, you can fall asleep with TikTok in your hand.
I think TikTok's a good one to fall asleep to, actually.
Yeah. Again, I have to lean over you and pause it because it's the same video
exactly.
on loop. Yeah, I love it. Hyperfocus. They may become so engrossed in activities, so video games, reading, projects, that they lose track of time and stay up far too late. Do you ever do that?
I think this is a reason, one of the big reasons that I'm not a gamer.
I appreciate so much that you're not a gamer.
Can you imagine?
But you would be on that game for 24 hours.
I would be one that hadn't been washed for a week.
Yeah.
Sitting covered in all sorts. I wouldn't move.
You realise, Adam, we found him with a game control in his hand.
I'm so grateful that has never been in my life.
Yeah.
Because I've had it with games on my phone before, although you're quite bad at that as well. But the Candy Crush was a bad one.
Oh, it was a bad one.
I don't think I slept for 6 months
yeah.
in Candy Crush. I'm just glad I never built a farm.
Oh,
and
God, imagine. I mean, you did start off with, what was that one that you had, the ADHD one? Finch. And you were obsessed with that for a little bit, but then
R.I.P. Finch.
Yeah, it's gone now. But I'm the type of person where I can do Candy Crush. If I get to a level where I can't do it, that's it. I'll delete Candy Crush because I'm done.
Right.
But I feel like you won't let that beat you, and you will keep going.
No. So I think I have definitely poker. But remember when we done poker on the TV?
Oh, we used to play poker. I loved that.
It was brilliant, but you would go to sleep.
Yeah, I would.
No, I would be 5 million deep in chips.
Oh, do you remember when you were drinking, in the morning you'd be like, I lost all our chips. And then when you lost chips and poker, you went on to blackjack.
And that was only because you wouldn't let me actually buy chips off the TV.
If I'd woke up and you'd been buying chips, I would be absolutely raging, honestly.
But look how that affected my sleep, because I was so engrossed in the poker that I would stay up for hours playing poker while you were sleeping.
And look how what that could have happened, in the sense that you could have got a problem buying chips, because you'd have got for more and more and more. So
disclosure, we'd never ever spent money on the TV.
Never. But it's a vicious circle, though. Do you not think?
There was one. Remember, I had to admit to you one time that I had spent $2.99 on pool.
Oh my God! Yeah.
The pool on your phone, that got bad. I was up all night playing pool.
Just weird, because I just think that it's rubbish.
But it gets you, so you're not going to sleep if you've got 5 million coins to play for.
No, poker I get. The pool thing I didn't get.
No, again, you're playing against, and I used to play. There was only one game I would play.
How excited you are!
It's because the only game I played on pool was all or nothing. So you put all your chips in on one game.
I didn't realise you were playing with chips.
Oh, it's just coins, like whatever you're playing for. So, but if you run out of coins, you can't play. So that's what I would have paid $2.99 for. Yeah, so I would build it up, but I would end up then with millions of coins, but still putting them all in every game.
Jesus. All or nothing.
So imagine that when you're trying to get to sleep. No chance. You're up all night.
Up, yeah. Mm-hmm. Anxiety and I was doing that one. Sorry. Call it baby's cough. Anxiety and co-occurring disorders. Many people with ADHD also experience anxiety or mood disorders that interfere with relaxation and sleep on set.
So again, it's the anxiety and depression, isn't it? That if you're anxious about stuff, if there's something, look, if I've got something big coming up or anything that anxious, or look at money worries in the past, we've been worried about stuff.
Yeah.
So then sleep's out the window. You're not sleeping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that affects it majorly.
And also, I guess because sometimes you take that worry on yourself because you don't want to worry me, and that must be a big burden as well.
But it must be a level thing as well, because I wouldn't say that you stay up worrying about anything.
I worry between my 2 and 4. A party time.
See, I can't imagine waking up worrying. That must be horrible.
I think I don't so much do it very often now, but I used to, like, yeah.
No, I just...
I mean, I replay situations in my head. Do you do that?
Oh,
Yeah. But again, it'd be levels, though, wouldn't it? Because you'd be like, yeah, an Oscar for yours. Something. Restlessness, this is massive for you, isn't it? Feeling physically restless or needing to move can make lying still in bed uncomfortable. So you get restless leg syndrome. Sorry.
You're falling apart this morning.
Oh my God, I'm so bad.
Tired?
You get restless leg syndrome and you'll be like up and down, like out the bed, in the bed, out the bed, in the bed, legs shaking.
The leg's a bad one, isn't it? And
yeah.
It's just constant. And it's even what if you're just drifting off to sleep and then the leg goes and
you make me jump as well. Like,
oh, it's horrible.
Yeah. What do you think causes that?
I don't know.
I don't think I understand, maybe that's the wrong word to use, how ADHD can cause restless legs. What?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't.
Is it because you've got to keep moving? Is it part of the hyperactivity?
It could be, but
maybe? I don't know.
It's more of a fit. Like, so if we're sitting normal, I'll sit and shape my leg like this.
Yeah.
But it's not like that in bed. In bed, it's like a
jump.
jolt.
Jolt.
And it's this intense. It's almost like pain. I've been up a lot of nights feeling sore.
Yeah.
And it's just uncontrollable. So I don't know the connection or anything.
It's mad, isn't it?
But it's a good job I've been taking those magnesium.
Oh, such a good job. I mean, I bought you fibre as well.
In this supplements cupboard that we'll never open.
Oh, God. James. Medication effects. So, stimulant medications taken too late in the day may delay sleep onset. Withdrawal or rebound effects as meds wear off can also disrupt sleep.
It's the one thing that worries me if I was ever medicated, that it would make sleeping worse because the medicine is stimulants or whatever, or a lot of it is. You can get non-stimulants, but
then surely you would time it so that you would took it at the...
Hi, I'm Adam. Nice to meet you.
I don't do that.
What about when you forget and you're like, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I better take that tablet. Or set an alarm. But, so I think, as I say with coffee, I know at night time if I've had too much coffee during the day.
Yeah.
Because I'm like that, and that's me, I'm up. But I won't let them take coffee off me.
No. I'm with you.
And
I wouldn't let them. I've got you, okay? I've got you.
So I think that's it's a worry, and I've seen that people struggle with it. And it is all about timing. You need to take it at a certain time in the morning or whatever, or you struggle later on.
Right. Do you remember when your sister gave up coffee and you were like, what?
I don't know. I don't
get it.
No.
Okay, sleep disorders are more common, so people with ADHD have a higher rate of comorbid sleep disorders.
Oh, comorbid.
Yeah. Such as restless leg syndrome, insomnia or sleep apnea that further complicates sleep quality. Sleep apnea, isn't that why you've got to wear the mask then?
We've got a friend that's got that, and he was snoring in the car last night.
He needs a mask.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you need the mask at night.
Right, okay. Please don't.
You stop breathing. Oh, I hope
Please
not.
don't.
I think, no. It'd be game over if I get the mask in the machine.
Yeah, I think I would leave you. Okay. So, what are you laughing for?
Nothing.
Brilliant. So, there are some of the reasons that obviously people with ADHD might struggle with sleep. And just thinking about somebody without ADHD, so like me, and I don't struggle to sleep, but I struggle to stay asleep, like as in like to not have broken sleep. So even though I might get more sleep than you, I'm still tired, but I always feel guilty that because you've gone to sleep later, I'm not allowed to feel tired.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always think that if I say, I'm so tired, like, but you're like, well, you got... So say I got to bed at 10 and...
9.
No, I fall asleep at 9. So I'm 10 till 2, there's 4 hours. And then 4 till 5, there's 5.5 hours. But say you do 2 till 2:30 and you're 4.5 hours or whatever. And I've had more sleep than you, but I'm always like, I'm so tired. But it's broken. Like, I feel guilty though saying that because you've had less sleep.
You shouldn't feel like that.
You liar, look at your face.
No, absolutely not. I think I'm a bit gay a compliment here, actually, and that's sort of...
Brace yourself.
I don't know if I like it. I think especially since having a baby, you have dealt with the sleep thing so much better than me.
I cope much better than you with like lack of sleep.
I always thought, and I used to pride myself on the fact that I could run on a couple hours sleep, because that's just... Why are you shaking your head? Or I've not finished. I used to, because it used to be so much worse, and I would go to sleep at 5 and be up at 7 for whether it be school, work or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I used to pride with myself in getting through the day on such little sleep, and just going through it with coffee or whatever. Now we've realised that no, I need sleep, and it stops. It just stops everything. It stops me in my tracks if I've not had enough sleep the night before.
And you're an absolute pain to wake up. Oh my god!
Oh.
In the morning, at night, you'll say, make sure I'm up in the morning when you're leaving. Yeah, sure, yeah. And Adam, yeah. Straight away, Adam, yeah. Adam, yes, and you get angry at me, and I'm like, don't you get angry with me? I feel like your parent.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to wake you up in the morning and it's not attractive.
No, that's a bad one.
No,
it's difficult.
I know.
And again, I go back to it because I'm up late. I've got a late night job.
Yeah.
And then I come home and watch my couple hours of TV.
Have you got a late night job though? Because you go out to work at 7:15, right? And you're done for 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
just past 10. Let me finish. And then you're back home at generally 11 o'clock.
Okay. Then I've got 2 hours of TV time.
But you don't have to. You could just have a wind down of half an hour.
No, that's never going to happen. No. And then I've got my packet of biscuits to eat, my Cocoa Pops.
Oh.
Which, by the way, does not help.
No, of course not.
Oh,
well,
the difference in sleep when I'm eating better is incredible.
Well, that moves me on to my next topic, actually. Good. So, how do you know if it's ADHD or just poor sleeping habits? So, stress. What?
Just greed.
Greed, yeah. So, stress, caffeine, screens, right, is normal, like bad sleep, typical bad sleep. Whereas ADHD-driven patterns can't switch off, hyperfocus, forgetting to go to bed. So, how do you know if it's one or the other? And just because you've got we think you've got ADHD, you can't just be like, oh no, it's definitely just the ADHD ones because I've got it.
So I've never forgot to go to bed. I'm good at that.
But I imagine like your daughter would fall under that category, forget to go to bed. And your son. No,
I've never forgot. I always remember it going, well, now that I'm sober.
Yeah.
But I think there's a difference. So I remember going to the doctor before when I was much younger, and they gave me a worksheet on sleep hygiene. Oh, thank you, I'm cured now, doctor. That swiftly went in the bin with the breathing exercise worksheet they gave me the last time.
Right.
But I get it. No, I kind of get it. But if I was to follow strict sleep hygiene rules, like get into a routine, so going to bed at a set time every night, that doesn't work for me, not only because of work, because of my brain. So if you're not tired and go to bed at 10 o'clock and you're up all night thinking.
Yeah, I think you'd have a problem with being told kind of not what to do, but do you know what I mean? Like, you'd be like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not. So that bit doesn't work for me.
Right.
The no screens. The screens are important to wind down to now, I think. I'm putting it out there. Screens get you to sleep.
You tell that to Mum's Net.
I'm going to start a campaign. Because I turn all screens off, then brain goes into overdrive.
You know what you need in your life?
What?
With ASMR.
No, coconut. I'm not doing it again for 2 weeks, bro. Every time you say, or I say ASMR now, I see that mic in front of me and I'm dying to just go, but I forget the question.
So like,
Oh, bad
how do
sleep
you,
hygiene.
yeah, how do you know it's ADHD or it's just bad habits?
Because what if I done all the right things, which I have tried in the past, I can't get to sleep.
Okay.
So it's the overactive mind. It's my mind that keeps me awake. It's nothing else.
Right. And you find stuff to kind of take your hyperactive mind elsewhere.
Right, like
okay,
a distraction.
That's a little bit understandable then.
Yeah. I also tried, another thing the doctor gave me was antihistamines. Because they were like drowsy antihistamines.
But you tried with them driving back from Scotland as well. Remember?
That was exciting. But my legs went uncontrollable. So I was like half asleep. My brain was asleep.
Yeah.
My legs were running, and I've only tried it one night. Never experienced anything like it, and I would never do it again.
Apart from driving back from Scotland.
Apart from driving back from Scotland.
I
did go through a bad stage of Asda sleep aid though, didn't I?
Oh my God, did you? Asda sleep aid.
They work. Do you
Yeah.
think they would sponsor us? Asda sleep aid.
Please, I'm not being sponsored by Asda sleep aids. Signed, it's more than just bad habits. It's consistent struggles, even when you do everything right. But that's what you said, isn't it? Happened to you. What about co-occurring conditions like anxiety, depression, or medication side effects?
Yeah, it's got to be a thing.
But that's obviously different to the ADHD. So do you think you've got both? Like, so your tablets that you're on, could it be that, not for ADHD, but could it be that they have side effects for sleep that maybe coincide?
Years ago, I went to doctors and I was put on antidepressants because it was depression and anxiety. And
Do you think it was ADHD? Right, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
I thought, yes.
Okay.
And that's just been a thing. So I have taken these tablets for years and never changed it. I had a couple of reviews at the doctors.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's just a thing now. I'm not.
Do you think you could come off it?
I don't think about it. I don't know. I don't think about it. I just take them and that's it. I don't think they would affect sleep,
Right.
especially not now because it's been years.
Yeah.
However, I think that I do think I suffer from anxiety. But is that just part of the ADHD? It's a minefield that
It is a minefield because obviously you can suffer from both.
I don't think I've ever been depressed.
No.
I think I was misdiagnosed years ago and just took it. And
I've seen a lot of stories like that where people have been misdiagnosed with depression and actually it was ADHD. I've got some listener stories about sleep if you want to hear them. So this person said they notice they get a boost of energy when they get home from work. Some days they think they're tired when they're driving home. Once they get home, they find something to do and stay up for hours. Restlessness was another thing they talked about. They always thought it had more to do with anxiety, but even if they're sleep deprived, they can't fall asleep if they're thinking about something else. Even if it's something they're trying to forget and take their time beforehand to relax and clear their mind, they just can't fall asleep without bouncing around inside their head. Which, yeah, I
think
interesting.
I think it's worse if you're trying to forget something.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, don't think about pink elephant.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that was it.
This person saw a psychiatrist for chronic insomnia. After that issue was addressed, they were diagnosed with ADHD because they were still having concentration issues.
And it blows my mind the amount of, like, I've said it before, and the amount of counsellors that I've seen in my life that never put two and two. It just was not a thing. So
do you know, we sit here and we think like, oh, it wasn't a thing, and people are like getting diagnosed now and stuff like that. Actually, now I've just had like a bit of a light bulb moment in my head when I think about the fact that it wasn't the reason it's becoming so popular now, but because
popular.
No, but
I know.
Like, so common is because that people, it wasn't a thing and people didn't know about it, and now people did have it, but and it's not people just jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Some people are, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
This person struggled with their sleep for years, and when they finally started tackling their ADHD as an adult, the improved sleep part was pretty much shocking. It really highlighted how poor a night's sleep they got through much of their life until their mid-20s. However, it's kind of ruined again due to a lot of work issues. They've had to work through a strict regimen again, and like set themselves some rules. So they can't take tablets. It leaves them feeling drugged and groggy in the mornings. So they used to do like a pre-hour sleep prep, where they would block a solid hour out for winding down, brush teeth, get ready for bed, turn off electronics, before they wanted to get to sleep to have 6-7 minimum hours. It was a good habit to trick their brain into tiring slightly before actually hopping into bed. However, they lost that routine last year. But I thought that was quite good because routine is so important, isn't it? In babies, right? So in babies, routine is so important. Bath, book, bed. Bath, book, bottle, bed. And it's weird that would probably be a good thing for you or for...
So you wanted a bath, book, bottle, bed for me?
Is that all right? Try it tonight?
Try it at once.
I'll read you a book, wonky donkey. But no, it's interesting because you're not a baby. Sometimes. No, but routine is just as important. But you don't want routine or can't be in routine.
Again,
it's that
catch-22.
Yeah.
I've said this all along, that routine is important for everything.
Yeah.
I hate routine.
Yeah. But in it crazy that it might just work, but you can't get into that routine.
No.
But that could be the problem solving. I felt so passionate about it.
The idea of that scares me, right? The idea of
being normal.
No, the idea of switching everything off, having an hour before bed. I can already feel my mind gone. I can feel now my mind gone racing.
Do you ever read a book?
I used to try, and I seen this fantastic thing on Facebook saying if you've ever wondered if you've got ADHD, think about reading. And when you get to the bottom of the page, I genuinely thought everybody read like this. You get to the bottom of the page and realise you've not took in a single word of the page you've just read and start it again. And you just end up stuck in that same page. And that is how I read.
Right, okay.
So you get so far on and you think, I don't know what's just happened.
Yeah.
You've read it all but not took a thing in.
Because people say that reading is tiring, isn't it? Like, it tires them out. Okay. Shall we have a look at some tips then?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. So, ADHD brains often need more structure to wind down. However, I don't think with you that's going to happen.
No.
So, consistent bedtime routine. For some people it might work. For you, that's not going to happen.
To be fair, I've got a routine.
No, but getting in bed, watching TV, and eating Cocoa Pops and biscuits is not a good routine, is it?
Doesn't say it's a good routine.
And then in the morning you're moan to me, Cocoa Biscuits, not again, I'm a new man. Till that night. Wind down hours, so no screens, dim lights, calming activities, reading music puzzles.
Terrifying.
Visual reminders, set alarms, sticky notes or smart lights as cues to start winding down. Our house has sticky notes everywhere.
Imagine I'm halfway through a game of darts and the light flashes. That time. No!
Last call. White noise. So do you remember when my nephew stayed over and I put white noise on and you were like, bleh.
Oh. So I've heard that there's a brown noise. It's a thing.
Right,
I'm not
okay.
making it up. That's meant to help ADHD brains, but I've never tried it.
Oh, can we try it? Let's try and talk about it on the next podcast.
Okay.
Journaling or brain dump, so writing down racing thoughts through your head. It's weird because we've discussed all of these and you've already said, nope.
So, see that one? I love that idea, right?
Yeah.
Ever since the whole journal scenario, I'm a big believer in a brain dump.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the having a sheet of paper next to me.
I don't like that it's called that, sorry.
I like it. It's staying. I like having a sheet of paper next to my work.
Yeah.
And if something comes into your head, then you write it down.
Yeah.
It takes it out of your head. I love the idea of the notebook beside the bed and anything that's bothering you, put it down and think, I'll deal with that in the morning. Love the idea and think it's a great tip if you can do it. I'm not going to do it.
Not for you.
No.
Limit caffeine and late night snacks. Veto.
No, it's massive. That is big.
Because you found that if you eat better, you sleep better.
Yeah, 100%.
If you go to bed with yogurts and skinny whips, somebody made a comment about our fridge actually. Why is there so many Mother Light in your fridge at the weekend?
That's because I went through a phase 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I was on a calorie deficit diet, and
I love how you're just openly telling everybody that we eat in bed.
you talk about that all the time, and I don't. Bedroom environment: cool, dark, and clutter-free.
Why did you say that like that, Donna?
Oh, because we don't have a blind in our bedroom window because Adam likes the natural light in the morning.
I said it one night, and you took the blind on, and we've never the blind back.
Actually, I tried to change it for a blackout blind, and then my dad couldn't do it, so he never put the blind back up. So we actually had no blind because of that. But and then we have the aircon machine sticking out of it. However, you don't wake up at like 5 o'clock with the sun's rising and can't get back to sleep.
But how good do you feel with that natural light waking you up in the
No,
morning?
I think there's half an hour to my alarm.
That reminds me, actually, is it melatonin? I'm coming up with good words there.
Yeah.
Melatonin. That I want to try that.
What is
because
it?
people say that's good for sleep. It's the
Like a
stuff
tablet?
that you're meant to get naturally. But
Oh, from sunlight?
yeah, I think so.
Or from daytime?
I should have Googled
Come back
stuff
to us.
before I speak.
Yeah. If you can't sleep, get up, do something boring until you feel tired. To be fair, I think you've had a game of darts and stuff before now. Mm-hmm. Not that it's boring for you, but
I find it really difficult to get up. So as much as my head is racing,
yeah.
the thought of like going down and putting the ideas into action or anything,
Yeah.
or I find that really difficult.
Just wake me up and... medication timing.
Yeah, I think
That's a big one.
Yeah, it would be
especially
important if-
that will become a big one when you hopefully get medicated. And be kind to yourself. Progress, not perfection. They're wired differently. ADHD brains are wired differently.
That is such a big thing to try and get your head round, because
What, that you're wired differently?
there is an actual neurological thing.
Yeah.
Because like, you've just went your whole life thinking that's you're different. You do stuff different. It's your fault. Do you know what I mean? So it is,
I get it.
I don't. That's not quite sunk in with me yet. That it is.
And maybe
an
once
actual
you get your
programme.
diagnosis, it might. Some wild card ideas: try a sleep playlist or soundscapes.
I've actually tried that before, but I get paranoid in case you wake up and hear the birds chirping and think I'm a weirdo.
There's definitely weirder. Definitely.
It's just come into my hypnosis, sleep hypnosis.
Right, okay. I'll go on YouTube.
It's amazing. That is really good. It's helped me a lot before, but you've got to be in the mood for it. You've got to be relaxed already, and you've got to know that you've got to be in a special headspace. You can't just put it on and think that'll get me to sleep automatically. There's YouTube videos that are 3 minutes long and say get to sleep in 3 minutes as used in the army. Oh. And I've never made it to the end of one of the videos.
So you've actually fell asleep in 3 minutes?
I don't know what happens.
Oh my God, you should join the army.
But again, you've got to be in this special mood. You've got to be just ready to sleep and stick something like that on, and that's.
I'm gonna try that.
Because you need it.
No, use a weighted blanket. No,
and that's why not. So. I would
love a weighted blanket.
I would love a weighted blanket.
Let's get one then.
Let's get a weighted blanket.
Let's get a big massive tog duvet.
But we'll just never tell anybody.
No.
I think that's a stigma thing, that.
Do you think?
Aye, weighted blanket is like...
I remember a friend of mine getting one for her son, So... Does he have ADHD or does he has either ADHD or autism? And she got him a weighted blanket. I remember being a little bit jealous because I was like, oh my God, that feels amazing. Like trying it out.
See, no, I think that's something that I would think was like...
Taboo?
And I would love to try it because I bet it works.
Oh, yeah.
And the other thing is, it's the exact same feeling as when... A while ago, my son gave me one of his fidget toys.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, because fidget toys...
You don't want to get into that.
No,
yeah.
And the thought of it, and it's a stigma thing, the fidget toys. And then when I played with one, I'm like, oh, hello.
You got one yesterday, we were out and about, and you were like, feel this. I was like, terrible. And you were like, no.
So that's me full blown fidget toys and weighted blankets now. Is that what it's become?
I can take the weighted blanket, but not so much the fidget toys. Do not start sitting there fidgeting with toys, please. Last one is a reverse bedtime alarm, so alarms remind you to start winding down. I don't think that'll ever happen, will it? Okay, I think we could probably talk about the sleep thing forever and ever. And I think, for me, it's just about people with ADHD, you finding what works for you. And we know that for you, eating better gets you in the right frame of mind for sleep and helps you sleep better. It doesn't help that your back's to bits at the minute. And I think...
Well, it does, because I can recommend Cocoa de Mall.
Well, yeah. You're right out.
Good night's sleep.
And I think once you... hopefully, touch wood, get medication and stuff, that could be a massive game changer as well, couldn't it? What's good to know is that you don't keep me up, so there's no problems with our relationship there with sleep.
Plus, you, if I'm in the mood, can go and get Asda sleep aid.
Going out for you. Okay, let's do our 5-minute moan. Now, in the car, you said you didn't have one.
No.
Have you thought of one?
Yeah.
Should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. I really feel like recently, I did sit in the car, didn't I? Like, I'm not sure how to word this. And I was like, no, I've got it. I really feel like recently, please don't take this the wrong way. Your ADHD has really been ADHDing. I don't know if it's because you're playing on it or you just like playing into them symptoms, or you're just being Adam. I'll give you some examples.
Oh, good.
Is that okay? So things like, just like...
Go drink your coffee.
Yeah, that's okay. Things like, I don't know, like the rubbish on the side has come back with a boom.
Okay.
So like a packet of crisps that you finished and you don't put the packet in the bin.
Don't eat crisps.
Well, you did last night and the packet was on the side.
Sorry.
But not just that, like other rubbish as well. The tablet thing has come back. Empty tablets on the side. Not taking like your bowl in. I know it's just silly little things. Don't get me wrong, not all the time, but I just feel like your symptoms have heightened a lot. Do you feel that's happened, or?
I feel like this could be an episode.
I think it could, yeah.
Maybe the next one. There's been big changes again, but we're busy. And I don't know if it's ever since like you've started to get your diagnosis, and I think, is he just like leaning himself into it a little bit more? No, absolutely not. I think it's a change in circumstances with life. It's that we're busier. It's the lack of sleep, the routine that we're in. There's everything's kind of, it gets built up. Time goes nowhere in a week. So I then think the little things don't matter. And that's probably where I've went wrong. And I'm sorry that you feel you have to leave me because you don't love me anymore.
So close. So close. When I found that shirt thrown on the couch. No, joking. No, I've just noticed these little things that like it's just, they seem to have heightened, and I just wondered like...
Okay, good one. We'll talk about that another day.
I hear you.
I hear you. And that sounds too deep for a 5-minute morning.
I know. Do you know what, as well? When I was doing this then, because obviously I had that one in my head, and when we was doing the sleep thing then, I thought of another one that was to do with sleep, and then I forgot about it. I know, I'm sorry. Can we scrap that, Mr. Producer? Can I just do me one very quickly?
Oh, go on.
Thanks. Oh no.
Your ADHD.
Oh no. The sleep. No, it's gone.
I'll do mine.
Okay.
So, I feel that you have become very sensitive recently to
your ADHD.
to the sound of biscuits opening. And you've started shouting at me a bit. And you knew what I was when you met me. And just, you should accept that sound. It means, Adam's winding down.
Oh my God, I've got my other one now. Look, forget it. Okay. So yeah, I hear you. I'll try and ignore them noises. Okay.
Thank you. So will you not shout at me?
No, I promise.
Right.
No. Really?
Oh, really? That was
I remember just bolting up and be like, really? And then going back to sleep again straight away. You don't understand how annoying that is. My other one was actually, sorry, it was when you come in at night and you're creeping around the bedroom, and you do creep, and I appreciate that a lot, but then you slam your e-cig down on the bed. I'll wake her up. Slam the biscuits. I'll wake her up. Anyway, that wasn't really my moan, but yeah. But I'll hear you and I'll stop shouting at you.
Yeah.
If you could just stop. If you could open them downstairs, that'd be great. No. You went through does it know then? You went through a phase recently of you did go through a phase, not recently, but putting crisps in a or popcorn in a bowl so that you didn't.
I would always put popcorn or crisps or anything in a bowl.
Right, okay.
Because that's continuous hand-in noise.
You only set 5 biscuits at a time, so that's continuous?
You've clearly never watched me.
Okay, so we'll work on them.
Okay.
Be better people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that is definitely an episode.
That's
oh my gosh.
One, yeah. Next one's going to be deep.
Yeah, it is. Every week we ask you to send your good, bad and ugly stories to us. We've had some comments on TikTok and stuff that I'm going to read into. If you want to send us any stories, you can send it to good, bad and ugly. No, you can't.
Wow. Where are you sending them?
Email addresses below. Or you can comment on our social media. Links below. Not links, but handles below.
Oh, wow. Good night.
Oh, my God. Bedtime. Okay, so I've got some stories here. This person had a hospital appointment recently. The dad was meeting them in the hospital car park to look after their kid while they went in. She gave her dad the address to meet. She called him in a panic as she was running 5 to 10 minutes late, and then he could get out of the car as quick as possible and she could park quickly. A few minutes later on the phone, she realised she was at the wrong hospital. She had to rush over to the right one, making her half an hour late. Her dad's mind was blown because she had given him the address to go to, but she'd gone to a completely different hospital. Like that one. This is a good one. They pulled into the petrol station to fill it with petrol, put the petrol handle into the tank, threw out some rubbish as they were doing it, took out the petrol from the car, walked inside to pay for a drink, drove away. They didn't even put any petrol in. I can imagine you doing something like that. Yeah. Oh, putting diesel in.
Is it ADHD or has someone put petrol in the diesel car 3 times?
I don't know, have you?
It was you.
Yes, I have. That was my ADHD, honestly. Okay, so my phone's just froze. That's embarrassing. Oh, do you know what? My battery's gone. There's my 2 stories for today. Yeah. A good, bad and ugly. So the story on the comment on TikTok that we got was from a reply to one of our videos, which was amazing, about the social media stuff. And they basically said that they've turned off all notifications on social media because then it doesn't affect them as much and they don't get bogged down by wanting to check it all the time or waiting for the notifications, which I thought was a good tip.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah. That's it for this week's episode. Don't forget to follow us on all our social medias and email any good, bad and ugly stories that you've got to ADHDOurlife@gmail.com.
Yep.
Got it. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Bye.